everybody, I'm the Otaku Artist, and Happy New Year! And what a better way to start off the new year with a brand new series! So this is the January Q&A. So if you haven't heard before, from now on I'm going to be doing a Q&A every month. So this is the January Q&A, and next month will be the February Q&A. So every month you guys can ask me questions, and then in the next Q&A, I will answer them. So without further ado, let's get on with the questions. Are you a Vocaloid fan? And if so, what are some of your favorite songs/producers? Yeah, I'm a Vocaloid fan. A lot. I even have a Vocaloid poster. I love Vocaloid, and I actually drew a fan art a while back, which actually got quite popular on Twitter, so I'm quite happy about that. And I love Vocaloid. I really, really love Vocaloid. I've been a fan for a couple years now. If you actually look into my Weeb music playlist, there is a lot of Vocaloid songs, so if you want to know my taste, you can just look in there. My favorite producer is Michi M. I really love their music a lot. One of my favorite songs, wow. I really like all the Michi M songs. I really like Pope Popey Popey Po. There's just a lot, and I can't really think of them off the top of my head, so on screen right now will just be a bunch of different songs. And my favorite Vocaloid is Gumi. I really like how she sounds and her character design, and all of her songs are always really, really interesting. If you could add any character to Smash Ultimate, who would it be and why? I've thought about this for a long time, and it's gotta be my favorite girl, Midna. Imp Midna. She would be fantastic, and I've said this for a very long time, and I know she's an assist trophy, but she should just be a main character. And I've even thought of some movesets. You know how like the Duck Hunt characters are together? It should be like that, and Midna should be riding Wolf Link. And I know, again, another Link, but this would be mainly just Midna. And if they were worried about adding another, Link, they could honestly make it that Shadow Wolf from Hyrule Warriors. And basically, they would attack together, like the Hyrule Warriors games. And as her final smash, it could be her true form. Please, Nintendo. Please, you've gotta add my girl Midna. Listen, there's not a lot of Zelda characters in Smash. There's 2 Zeldas, there's Ganon, and there's 3 Links. There needs to be more. Besides Midna, I'd love to see Girahim, and Zant would be nice. And there's a lot of characters from Hyrule Warriors which would be great fits, like Ravio or Marin. So, any Zelda character is fine with me. I just kind of mentioned his name before, but Girahim, he is my all-time favorite villain, because he's a lot more interesting than Ganon, of course, and I really did like Zant as well, but Girahim takes the cake for me, because he was really the main villain of Skyward Sword, and he was just very creepy. His character design was very well done, his dialogue was super duper good, and I'd love to see him return in another Zelda game. And like I said before, in Smash, that would be great. How long have you been drawing? I've been drawing ever since I was born. But I really started to take my drawing seriously when I was in Miiverse. And so I drew every day on Miiverse, like I've told you guys before. And at that time period, that's when I started to learn about animation, and I wanted to become an animator. What's your favorite color? Well, that's a simple one, isn't it? My favorite color is green. As you can tell from how I always draw myself in a green shirt. My second favorite color is blue. And my favorite, type of green is a green and blue mixture. So, if ever there's, a shirt or anything that is, green and blue, like turquoise, that's always my favorite. What's your favorite video game soundtrack? It's gotta go to my favorite video game of all time, Twilight Princess. And listen, if you haven't heard Zerio's version of the song, which I've used in the Twilight Princess Let's Play before, you have to listen to it because it's super, super good. Besides that, Nintendo video games always have fantastic soundtracks, so really any Zelda game. The Pikmin games have great music as well. So pretty much those are one of my favorites too, which is why I love listening to that Nintendo 24/7 music stream. So sometimes you might actually find me in the comments. So yeah. Also, live stream soon, maybe? I would like to start live streaming soon, and I forgot to say it in the video, but because of Nintendo's new monetization rules, I'm actually not going to be streaming on Twitch. I know before I said in a previous video that I was going to start streaming on Twitch, but I never got around to it, so I would like to start streaming on here more often. Of course, they will be streamed for milestones, but if I could maybe start streaming maybe bi-weekly, that would be good. Why did you start doing YouTube? I don't know if I've actually answered this in a thing before. I think I actually might have, but I'll say it again just in case. It all started when I found Miss Sayanella, and because of her, all the way back in her Majora's Mask Let's Play, I wanted to become a Let's Player. And so, I wanted to become a Let's Player, and then a little later, I found out about, how much I loved animation, and, a lot of animators influenced me to do that. And then I was like, I want to do animations and Let's Plays on YouTube. And so, yeah, I started. What did you think of the new trailers for Detective Pikachu and Toy Story 4? Detective Pikachu? At first when I saw it, I was like, do we really need live-action Pokemon? Like, honestly, Pokemon is always better in anime form, like in the video games and stuff. So I'm kind of mixed on it. I'm not sure what I'll think of it. I'll have to watch the movie, honestly. I never got around to playing the video games of Detective Pikachu because, honestly, it was weird seeing the characters, the people not in anime form, and voice acting Pikachu. Like, I thought that Pikachu would talk like, you know, like Pikachu, like high-pitched. So for him to speak in a grown-up adult voice is very strange. There was a few weird-looking Pokemon in the trailer, like Mr. Mime. Pikachu, though, did look pretty adorable. So I'll save my real thoughts on it for after the movie. I might even do like a movie review. And Toy Story 4, I actually didn't see the trailer for because I don't really watch Disney movies anymore. So I'm sorry, but I can't really say my thoughts on that. Although, I didn't think they would ever make another Toy Story movie again, because the third one was depressing as heck, so I don't know. If you're getting Smash, who are your top 5 characters you plan on maining? Of course I'm getting Smash. What kind of Nintendo fan would I be if I wasn't gonna get Smash? But, of course Corrin, because he's my main in Smash 4. I want to try out Breath of the Wild Link, because Twilight Princess Link was, not so great. But Breath of the Wild Link, because he's awesome looking, definitely him. I would like to try Young Link, because, I love Ocarina of Time. Toon Link, because he's one of my other mains. Isabelle, for sure, because she's adorable as heck. And I think that's it. Although I would like to try, Zelda, because she really looks pretty, although I was a little bit disappointed that Breath of the Wild Zelda didn't get in. I'd like to see how different Ganon is, and even though I've never played, Awakening, I would like to try out Robin, because I really did like playing him in Smash, but I had to feed him, like, in the custom characters mode, I had to make him so, quick, so now that they fixed that, I think it'll be better. What would you think of a collab between Trigger Conroy and Jaden Animations? Honestly, that would be really weird, because they both do such different content and they don't know each other in real life. So that would kind of just seem like a forced collaboration. So I don't really think I'd care for that, honestly, even though I love both of those YouTubers. It just seems kind of a very out of nowhere collab. If Skyward Sword gets a remake, what changes would you like to see? I hope Skyward Sword gets an HD remake, especially with Aonuma teasing it, and then Nintendo being like, oh no, we're not doing that. Although, like, would they really confirm a rumor? Like, the DS Lite was deconfirmed the day before it was confirmed. So, I take that deconfirmation with a grain of salt, because Skyward Sword getting a remake seems pretty inevitable, with Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess getting remakes. And I love Skyward Sword with all my heart, so. But anyway, what changes would I like to see? I would love, in Hyrule Historia, they talk about how Lake Floria was actually going to be in the middle, and there was going to be a middle area, like right under Skyloft. So I would love to have, instead of it being so linear, perhaps some paths connecting to other areas, including a bigger area in the middle, maybe a sort of Hyrule Field with maybe some like ruins, because if you read the comic, like the prequel comic of Skyward Sword, it talks about how like there was actually civilization before Skyloft existed. So I would like to maybe see that. I would like to see more personality given to Fi, because I never cared about Fi, and it would be really nice to see her start to develop more human emotions. There should also be, like, Fi should have more personality in her text and dialogue, and not just be like, hey master, your batteries are dying. Maybe I would love to see more of the Sand Sea to be explored. I would really love that. Even though Skyward Sword has a ton of side quests, perhaps a lot more side quests, I think that would be cool. Like on the surface. And maybe more, characters on the surface, perhaps. Maybe, like, you could find, a Sheikah or a Gerudo, perhaps? That would be cool. So yeah. What characters would you want to see in Hyrule Warriors 2? Well, we kind of already have Hyrule Warriors 2. I mean, we have the 3DS one, and we have the Switch one, and I only have the Wii U one. And I didn't really buy hardly any DLC for the Wii U, so I would like to get the Switch one soon. But what characters would I like to see? Well, the Happy Mask Salesman would be one, even though we already have Skull Kid. Uku or Malo would be funny. I mean, we already have Tingle. One of the champions from Breath of the Wild would be really cool, actually. I think that would be a really good addition. And Hyrule Warriors 2, they would really have to do some huge gimmick to differentiate from the other Hyrule Warriors games. So, because the other ones are kind of just ports with added features. So, maybe like a huge scale story mode. Like that would be really cool. Cola or Pepsi? I really like both. I'd have to probably go with Coke, because I drink it more. Favorite Pokemon? Manaphy. Manaphy is adorable. Ever since I've seen my favorite Pokemon movie, which is Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea, best Pokemon movie ever, you've got to see it if you haven't, Manaphy has become my favorite Pokemon ever. And I really want to get a plushie of Manaphy, because she's just so cute and adorable. Least favorite Pokemon. You see, there's like 800 Pokemon, so you're kind of like, I'm trying to think. I don't really have like a most hated Pokemon. I mean, there's some Pokemon designs I don't care about, but since I haven't really played that many Pokemon games and mainly just used to watch the anime, I can't really say an opinion here. Maybe like some of the Unova Pokemon, like maybe the Trash Can one. I honestly can't think of any at the moment. Coffee or tea? Tea. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea all the time, every single day. I love tea. The only coffee I like is Kona coffee. And I really haven't even drank that in a long time. But I love tea with all my heart. I mean, I love Lady Grey, Earl Grey, Irish, Constant Comet. Just get me a cup of tea and I'll be happy. Who are your inspirations? I've said this before. Not sure if it was a Q&A. Could have been the other Q&A I did. But my inspirations are Miss Ella, Chugga Conroy, Steven and Mal, the Runaway Guys, and a bunch of different animators. Studio Ghibli, for one, is absolutely number one. And, like, Domix, I would probably say. I can't think of her username right now, but someone who really inspired me, did this, Zelda, like, animated show, and she's actually returning it, and her name's on the screen right now. But one of my biggest ones would probably be Faircey, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned her in the Inktober video, but she really did inspire me, with all of her Zelda fan art and Ask the Sky family. So, I really have to thank all of those cool people, for making me want to do YouTube. If you could be in any video game ever as whoever you wanted to be, which game and who would you be? I would go to frickin' Twilight Princess. Of course, it's my favorite video game of all time. I don't think you guys are surprised by that fact. And I probably would just be myself, honestly, if that's a choice. If I could be myself, so I could go on the entire adventure with Link. Like, that would be awesome, to be able to save the world and fight Ganon alongside Link. So that would be pretty cool. But if I could not be myself, I'd probably be Minda. Okay, and that looks like those are the last questions. So that was the very first monthly Q&A. And if you'd like to send me a question, all you have to do is send me a question on one of my social medias here. And you can also comment below and ask questions. And you guys have all month to do it. And then next month, on the first of every month, I will answer the questions. So you can ask as many questions as you'd like. And next month, February, on the 1st, I will answer them. So, I'm the Otaku Artist, and I'll see you guys next Q&A. Bye!